Hey guys, thanks again for joining me tonight. I'm super excited about tonight's topic because this is something that I've been wanting to cover for a while. It's on saints and their symbols. Now, symbolism has always been one of my favorite things um, to discuss, I guess, just in conversation, because partly because I was an English major, so um, symbolism was always one of my favorite literary devices, and I found I always find symbolism in the smallest things that people tend to overlook, and I do believe that um, symbols play a big part in religion and the invocation of saints because this is sort of like a prelude to an offering or a way of invoking a particular saint. So, with that in mind, we'll be talking about three different saints with a bonus saint at the end. I will be discussing um, their feast day, um, their emblem or their symbol, and what situations they're best invoked for. So, without further ado, let's begin. So here I have Saint Anthony. His feast day is June 13th, and ironically, it is also my wedding anniversary, which is coming up in a few days. Saint Anthony is best invoked for when finding things that are lost, um, be it particular item or object, or even a person like missing person, or just somebody who has no direction in life or feels that they haven't found their purpose yet. He is the go-to saint for that situation. His emblem is the lily, and colors associated with Saint Anthony are brown for special requests, green for money for financial need, and orange for marriage. Now, typically when you go to your local botanica, you'll only see um, brown candles with St. Anthony's image in front of it. It's rare that you see candles that are orange and green with a picture of St. Anthony. If that's the case, then what I suggest is just to buy a prayer card of St. Anthony and just put it in front of the candle. And the lilies can be an offering to him once your petition has been granted. I've worked with him before. He's very miraculous. He was the one who actually helped me to find true love. And even though it took a while, I'm still very grateful to him for having come through for me. That is why he is my go-to guide for any situation that I need help in. Whenever I feel lost or, I'm at a crossroads in a situation, he shows me the way. He helps me to see things clearly. And another thing that I recommend when you invoke Saint Anthony is to whisper in his ear what it is that you want him to do for you. I know that in his novena, there's a phrase in there that says, "Whisper my petition into the ears of the child Jesus who loved to rest in your arms." And if you see his image on the candle, he has his head tilted to his side as if to open his ear to, listen to what you have to say. So, whatever the case may be, whatever the situation you're going through, invoke St. Anthony. He is very miraculous and he will come through for you. I guarantee it. Next up, I have St. Peter, whose feast day is June 29th, and his symbol is 2 crossed keys. He's the go-to saint when you want to have obstacles removed. He's also good for drawing business to you, like good business, prosperity, that kind of thing, and for opening roads for you. When you light a candle to St. Peter, it's best to put a key in front of him, or 2 keys crossed and an X, as if to invoke him and ask him for his help. And to say in your heart what it is that you want, and he will bring it to you. Next up is San Martin Caballero. And this is a patron saint that my husband and I really, we adore as well. We've worked with him before in matters of money, financial need, for prosperity, and for good luck in business. His symbols are the sword and a torn cape. And his feast day is November 11th. Now, there are 2 colors that are associated with San Martin Caballero: red and green. Red, I would imagine, would be special requests. There's not a specific meaning for the color red, but it is used for special requests. I attribute that to special requests, whereas green is more for financial need. Say your petition to San Martin Caballero, and also what I recommend is to add water for the horse. And when your petition is granted, you make an offering to San Martin Caballero in the form of loose change around his statue, and give him a cup of coffee and a public thank you, to show that you are grateful for what he's done for you, and leave the change overnight, and then the next day donate it to a charity or some other organization. Now, as I mentioned before, there is a bonus saint that I wanted to talk to you guys about, and here he is, Saint Expedite. He's the go-to saint for getting things done in a hurry, hence the name Expedite. His symbols are the cross with the word HODIE, and I don't know if you can see, but he is stepping on a raven. And out of the raven's mouth is the word CRAS, or meaning to procrastinate or tomorrow. His feast day is April 19th. Now, generally what he's used for is, or what he's invoked for, I should say, is, like I said, when you want things rushed with haste. And the thing about Saint Expedite is when you invoke him, you have to be specific, because Saint Expedite was martyred by being beheaded. So if you're not specific with him, he'll tend to drag his feet, and your petition will take longer to be answered. So as far as your petition goes, when you invoke Saint Expedite, make sure that you're specific with dates, with what it is that you want, and how you want it brought to you, and by what time frame you want it done. And I guarantee you, it works. I've worked with him before in matters of finances, and he has come through for me every single time. Ideally, his petition or his novena would be 5 Our Fathers, 5 Hail Marys, 5 Glory Bees, and the offerings will be in fives. So when you make your offering to Saint Expedite, pound cake is an offering that's typically given to him with 5 pennies, and also a glass of red wine, because red is the color associated with Saint Expedite, and a public thank you, so that his name and his reputation will continue to grow. So, with that in mind, I hope that you found this video helpful, and I hope that these saints will come through for you. Have faith in your heart, and it will happen. I guarantee it. God bless you all. I love you very much. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe, and I will see you again in the next video. Bye, guys.